This next poet coming up to the stage, I had the pleasure of reading with her the book release for Christina Medici Hoffman. And I will say that it was honored to share the stage with her. As the daughter of a travel writer, Erica Parfit learned to love the way words fit together. With the loss of her mother at a young age, she also came to understand the importance of self-expression through writing and music. Following a hiatus, which she became a mom of 2 boys. And speaking of kids, where's that baby? Did the baby go away?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sad too.
You know, my thing is, if we're talking about a revolution, anytime you can still hear a baby making noise in the background, there's still a chance.
Yeah.
I'll say that. So, following a hiatus in which she became a superhero, because that's what moms are, Erica returned to the written word as a songwriter, poet, and memoirist. She credits writing with allowing her to maintain a sense of humor and perspective in this wild and wonderful world. Please put your hands together, Erica Parfit.
So, I was thinking as I was driving here about changing the world, and I was thinking I've been listening to books about World War II, and I was thinking about my grandma who was in her 20s during World War II, and what she did in the world was, her message was always love. So I don't have a message that is exactly about like making change, but my message is about love. That's what I've got here. So. And I'm going to start with the one about my kid that I wrote this morning because you were talking about babies. He walks in circles around me while we talk about his day. I like to think he is revolving me, I, the sun to his earth. But I know that he will have many sons, and I am just the first. His 6-year-old head, hair the same shade as mine, reaches almost to my chest, the contents of which he changed permanently, heart and breasts, on that very first second he was here. We are discussing the past couple of days which he spent at his dad's house. This is a relatively new situation for all of us. Months ago, when we told him and his younger brother about the imminent change, he cried harder than I'd seen him cry in years. I cried with him, and occasionally he'd look up from my chest to watch me weep with him, a sort of comfort registering in his eyes when we were sharing this pain. I will always share his pain and his joy. Now, as he circles me, his eyes are down, watching his path. But sometimes he looks up at me. And there is childhood lightness there once again. He speaks of toy cars and magic tricks and science experiments. I ache as I watch him leave with his brother and their dad, but his step is light and that lightens mine. Parenting is a boot camp on letting go. This is not new information, but it is the one thing to understand it with your head, and yet another to purposefully and lovingly and even joyfully watch the space widen between yourself and the beings in the world that are more valuable to you than your own existence. Each step they take away creates a marvelous agony, sorrow and delight locked together in a whirlwind dance. And somehow this letting go doesn't mute my love for these children. Instead, the love grows fiercer and stronger and fuller because as I must release control and simply sit back and love them, now I can see them more clearly in their own amazing selves. To love with an open hand and an open heart, that is the real deal. When it starts, you will not notice it. When it continues, you will not notice. When it begins to begin, you may feel a slight sensation. There is a good chance that you may not really know what has come until after it has come and set down with you a while. Until whatever motions you had to make already had been made. They say we steer our own ships, but the steering is guided. Please let go of worries. Your boat has cruise control. Love. When I love you, it is because I see you, not just the shape of you. I see your wonders and I love you. I see your wounds and I love you. I see your softness and your sharp points, and I love them all. I see the shapes your words make and the spaces you leave when you don't say them. I love you there, standing in your own space. Because of the simple fact of your you-ness, I love you not for what you do for me, though your simple presence does amazing things for me, but because of the unique space you make in the world when you are in it. You in full movement or full pause, just thrumming along to your singular song. It's magic, pure magic to be in Earth's spin with you.